Hello everyone, Maurice here. Welcome to Tanks Invest, where we're going to be talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's video, it's for entertainment purposes only. The investments we're going to talk about today would be Dogecoin, D-O-G-E. I can't believe I'm doing this. So with respect to Dogecoin, as you know, it's been a very, very hype cryptocurrencies, or even if you can even call it cryptocurrencies, for the last couple weeks so far, with respect to Elon Musk pumping it on Twitter, and just the numbers of Dogecoin just been rallying up all from the 4 cents all the way up to like the 75 cents, and now it's like kind of dipping all the way to like the 47 cents at the moment, but still a relatively sizable increase, about like tenfold since just like about what couple weeks ago. So I'm going to go through a technical analysis just to see, based on human psychology and how the market is trending so far, where do I see Dogecoin price going forward from here? Do we see another pump up coming up? Or are we going to be seeing more of a sell-off coming back down to earth to more around like the 10 cents or 7 cents dollars level that we experienced a couple months ago? So stay tuned, stick around, and let's make some money. Alright, so moving on to a technical analysis for Dogecoin, ticker DOGE, Shiba Inu. So look at this on an annual perspective, looking at this ever since in March 28th, or like somewhere around March, we were trading around like the low 7 cents, 5 cents dollar level. Was kind of hovering. It was like pretty much like dead in the water at that time. And ever since then, because of the hype that we got tweets from Elon Musk, he just kept pushing Dogecoin as a type of a joke. But with this joke, it has a huge media affectations, which CNBC start picking it up, investors start picking it up, Tesla quotes, SpaceX quotes start falling up, and everybody just kind of pump up. And people thought that Dogecoin was was a hype thing that people decide to buy into because like Elon Musk said so. And next thing you know, Dogecoin basically pumped up from the 5 cents dollar level to 10 cents or 11 cents, which is basically double from there, and then subsequently another massive push because of more tweets that came out, and that rally all the way up, all the way to the 40 cents dollars level. And this majorly was driven by both institutional investors, which I'm actually surprised by just the large amount of candles, but also with respect to the volume that you see here, right? So you could see that it's both institutionals and retail investors that bought in, and subsequently because of the big pump that we got to like the 30 cents, right? That's like basically 6x from here, that we basically were selling off a little bit because of the consolidations that retail investors decided to sell, but another Elon Musk push subsequently pushed that back up. And then there was a huge sell-off because of the fact that we were from 4 cents back in like late March all the way to how much? At one point even 45 cents. That's just enormous gain, right? Almost 10 times your money in just a amount of like a month or so, right? And that subsequently drove a huge sell-off because of one large whale that decided to sell a significant amount, which you could see that volume there. And that subsequently had like a domino effects that pushed the price downwards all the way to this level of resistance, which is first resistance level that we got around like the 19-20 cents level, which logically it makes sense because of like just the flat numbers around like the 20 cents like dollars level, which subsequently pushed back up. So we got a little bit more consumer appetite around there, but it was kind of like hovering left and right, right? And then you could see that and I think it was around this time of the day or around the year that we got the news that Elon Musk was scheduled to have the SNL appearance, and before then he was like always talk about Dogecoin, like Dogecoin to the moon, things like that, or putting Shiba Inu pictures on his post, that a lot of people anticipated that he's going to announce something around Dogecoin utilization or something related to that subject matter, that it builds up such huge market spike momentum that pushed the price all the way up from basically from the week of April 25th all the way to basically May 4th, which is like basically around the time when he was debuting the SNL show on the 8th of May, and that subsequently pushed it up all the way to the 74 cents at one point. And I think on the 7th, that was on a Friday, which makes sense, right? Because SNL was debuting on the 7th of May, and then subsequently drove off because people were selling the news after we heard from Elon Musk, right? And I think as I saw the show on SNL, I know the reporter asked Elon Musk like, what's Dogecoin, right? And I think Elon Musk was just jokingly saying, try to dodge the question or try to make fun of Dogecoin as a commodity, as a cryptocurrency. So it basically, drove even more negative affectations across the market that subsequently sold off significantly, right? And ever since then, we had this huge red candle, which is both a big whale and also a lot of big investors alongside with a lot of small retail investors that sold this price all the way down to one point, right? At this, you can see the sharp candle right here all the way to 35 and then bounce back up because of the fact that we sold off basically by nearly 70% from there and then bounce back up. And ever since then, we've been just kind of trading on a consolidated sideways level. And the reason that we bounce back down to this level is because we're basically trading according to the trend line that we've been forming psychologically. So this is just a logical resistance level that we have had that bounced back up and bounced back down right now. But something worrisome that we're seeing right now, and this is something that you could see very prominently compared to the yellow line, which is the resistance line, is that we're breaking the yellow line right now. And the next level of resistance level is going to be somewhere around here at the 43. But the level of here was formed relatively shallow. That is not really something that we tested prior. We did have this one sort of a candle that we tested. But in terms of how shallow the valley is that the resistance level is not going to be strong for us to sustain to stay up at this level. That I actually foresee Dogecoin to further collapse from here. I see the next resistance level is going to be somewhere around the 31 cents level, which makes sense because of the fact that we had this formations of consolidation happen in the past, once, for several times, 1, 2, 3 times right here, and that we're gonna test this for the 4th time right here, and then we're gonna bounce back up, right? Contingent on some positive news about Dogecoin utilization, if that even possibly will happen, right? So definitely a very worrisome chart right now. I think if I was you, I'm sorry if you bought in around the 75 cents level because that's just ridiculous. Knowing the fact that even Elon have said right the whole time that this is a joke. He just basically try to use this as a joke to make fun of Bitcoin in a way or cryptocurrency as a whole, right? And subsequently he manipulated the market saying that we're no longer accepting Bitcoin for Tesla usage, for Tesla payments. We're no longer going to be using Bitcoin because of the power usage that you need to generate to sustain Bitcoin utilization for environmental efficacies, if you may, or whatever BS that he's talking about. That's just a lot of negative media affectation to be expecting going forward, right? So if I was you, I don't advise buying into Dogecoin. I think the hype is done. I think this has been squeezed, this has been manipulated, bent upward, downward, sideways. Now just kind of it's going to be a dog going forward. It's going to be pushed back into the pound, hoping that someone will adopt it later. But I think with respect to how it's being abused so far, and it's such a terrible analogy that I think the dog is gonna die off later. Just look at the MACD right now; it's crossed downward so severely. RSI is oversold, but who's gonna really buy it if there's no utilization going forward, right? So Dogecoin, I think this was a really funny game of funny manipulations, and congrats on all those that actually got onto this train because of this hype. That was very smart of you, but in terms of technical analysis or anything quantitatively driven that has any number to back it up as evidentiary support for you to feel comfortable for this as a long-term investment, that's just against all my logics in my mind. So I don't recommend buying this. I think I would stay the hell away from Dogecoin going forward. We're going to see some very ugly selling going forward based on all the charts level that we see and based on how it's so manipulated so far. All right, so that's it for my analysis on Dogecoin, ticker DOGE. I really appreciate you guys for dropping by, listening in. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button below, and also the bell notification to watch up for my next video. Really appreciate it. Take care and please stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.